Okay. Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. So, firstly, we have on screen our UiPath Community Delhi NCR WhatsApp uh, channel. So, if you are not a part of the WhatsApp group yet, you can just join the group. And if you have any questions, if you are stuck at some point and want to discuss anything, so you can just message it in the group, and anybody from the group will be able to help you out. So please join the group and also do join the UiPath Community Delhi NCR chapter. We will be coming with more sessions in the future. So do join and you will be informed of all those sessions. So please join that. Going forward, so firstly, our topic for today. Next screen, Manoj, please. Yep. Healing Agent. So we'll be covering Healing Agent is the new offering of UiPath. It is gonna be a lot helpful to you when you are doing UI automation specifically. And we all know how much UI automation we all do in our day-to-day automation thing. So it will be helping you a lot. It will help you boost your reliability of agents. We will see in depth how these things work, what are the things that it can help you with, how it can help you with production downtime. So we'll be seeing a lot of things in that. We have few demos plans for you. So we'll show live demos, how it is working, and we'll see a lot of details in that. Going forward, we'll have introduction of the speaker. So we have Manoj with us. He's the Vice President of NetWest Group and also a UiPath MVP. You all must have known him. So Manoj is the one who will be taking us through how it is working and all those things. Then we have Sapna. Sapna is a senior RP developer working with Protivity India. She'll also show us how we can utilize it in our project, how we can benefit through it, and how we can run. We'll show demos also, so she'll be able to guide you like how the demos, how we can use it, and how we can enhance our process with it. And then I'll also cover a demo, and also I will show how we can see the healing agent data in inside dashboard as well. So it will be easy for the business users to track how the healing agent is happening and helping us, and how it is performing the task, and how much time it is saving for us before going to the production downtime. So we have all of our profiles, LinkedIn profiles in the chat. If you want to connect with us, if you have any doubts, anything like that, just ping us on the LinkedIn and we'll be happy to help. Okay, so moving forward, I'll hand it over to Manoj. He'll take you through. Over to you,
Perfect.
Manoj.
Perfect. Thank you, Deepak, for this introduction. Hello, all. So, as you already know, today's session is all about healing agents. That is getting a lot of traction nowadays because of some of its cool feature. So, just before that, because Sapna and Deepak will show you some demo around that. So, before that, let me just share the agenda with you. So, obviously, first we'll start with the challenges with the automation. Then we'll talk about healing agents. What are the key benefits? Where healing agents can be used? What are the advanced feature and differentiators of healing agent? Limitation and best practices. Then obviously we'll have some demo for you, and then we can take question answer at the end. So the first question here to you is, why automation breaks? So maybe you can use your chat window and provide your response. So it could be anything which comes to your mind. Why automation breaks in normal scenario? Anybody? Bad selectors? Yes, Sahil. Anybody else? Pop-ups, incorrect data. Thank you, Aarti. Thank you, Shikran. Selector failures, change in AI, connection issues, updates in front-end applications. That's right, Neha. Obviously, UI changes. We have unhandled pop-ups, GUI changes. So yes, you're right. Thank you for your response. So as you said earlier, as I said earlier, that there are 5 ways which I have noted down why the current automation that we are building breaks if we don't have healing agents in place. So the first thing obviously would be your dynamic UI framework. So you know that we have now modern applications that frequently changes their layouts and designs. So sometimes uh, uh, they change even part of it. Sometimes they completely switch the complete UI, which can actually confuse our automation scripts. because we have built automation on the top of that. The second one, as I've seen on the chat, is slow load times, because we have now apps which is kind of a loaded with huge data, or it takes heavy processing, which could lead to network delays, and that can cause to automation to run slowly, and the timing issue would appear here. The third one is obviously unexpected pop-ups. You must have seen that when you work on some of the third-party websites, and if anything gets changed, sometimes you get a pop-up on what are the things that got changed. Sometimes you get some pop-ups around cookies and all. So yes, unexpected pop-ups or notification can appear at any moment, and it can block actually your way to interact with the elements which is appearing on the screen. The next one here is selector instability. So you know that if because of this dynamic UI frameworks, we have automations that relies on fixed selectors or addresses to find the element on the page, and it could be any selectors here. But if that got changed, or if you have not written the logic well, this could also lead your automation to break. The last one here is, which most of the developer here would agree with me, environment variability. Because I have seen that developer comes to me and say, okay, this is the code is working on my machine, but I don't know, for some reason it is not working on production environment or in the test environment. So we have got different computer setup, network conditions, or we have got different software environment that can also cause inconsistent behavior in application, so making it you can say harder for automation to perform reliability. So to overcome all these challenges, we have got healing agent in place. So what is healing agent and how does it work? So healing agent, in short, it using a JIT, just in time analysis, to detect UI issues and apply either AI or deterministic recovery strategies using this GIT analysis. So GIT analysis means healing agent actually analyze your actual screen and the UI structure at the exact moment of the failure. So this is your just in time. So it doesn't rely only on your previous stored metadata. So first would be your previous screen, which you have captured during while building your automation, plus the new screen. So it tries to some kind of a, you can say, deterministic strategies like selector correction based on some rules, and if that doesn't work, it uses AI to find alternate methods using obviously screenshot. It can also use semantic labels, which we will see in a demo, or it can also use computer vision to basically predict the failure, or to see where the failure is and then fix it. Plus, it offers recommendations on, plus runtime self-healing as well. So it can offer recommendations when UI automation fails, such as it can suggest new selectors, adding smart delays, because it is not always that the page gets changed. Maybe as I've seen earlier, it could be due to the slowness of the website. So it actually sends that, either suggests new selectors, or sometimes it adds smart delays in specific areas, or sometimes when you have unexpected pop-ups, so it updates the code snippets to handle those pop-ups for you. Second is self-healing capability. So it complements the already, so you already know about this unified target fallback approach. So it allowing your automation to recover that would otherwise fail in your complex automation scenarios. Like I've mentioned before that your UI change, delay in website load, or it could be your unexpected pop-up. So it uses both recommendation. Okay, this is a thing that you could change. Plus, for some of the scenarios, you can also define, okay, I don't want just the recommendation. I want my healing agent to solve this problem in the real time, get me the result, and then I can fix it later. So that can also be done with the help of healing agent. And the last part here is, and the good part here is, it is applicable for both attended and unattended automation. So yes, we have got you covered. Now let's understand how it works. So I'll show you a picture here where it will talk about how your application works with and without healing agents. So first, let's look at the bottom of the screen, which talks about how your automations runs without healing agent. I guess all of you are aware about that. You deploy a process in production, it runs there, it see, okay, there's a system exceptions due to some UI issue, then obviously your automation would fail. Admin is notified, then admin would go, or the support person would go to the orchestrator, look for, okay, look for the logs and see, okay, this is where my selector got failed. Or sometimes they also debug the code onto the production environment. Then okay, they see, okay, this is the change that we need to build into the code, and then your RPA cycle would go on to make those changes, and it will again go to all these steps. And then after that, your production, oh sorry, your process would get deployed into the production environment. But with healing agent, as you can see on the top, so when automation runs, it encounters an exception during run. So now we have got healing agents in place, which sometimes self-recovered or suggest you. So automation is recovered with self-healing. All relevant information from the error time is collected automatically. After that, information will be sent to orchestrator. Then you have admin or your support guy who receives this notification. Then admin checks the dedicated orchestrator panel to see, okay, what was the error and what was the fix. Developer receive full production information. Now developer know, okay, this is where I need to change the code. Developer make those changes. Again, that will go into that loop. But the best part here is your automation did not break. So everything is working smoothly, and your developer has got some, you can say, bandwidth or some time to fix those changes, because healing agent is continuously doing that task for you. So this is how your automation would work when you enable the healing agent from your orchestrator. Now let's talk about some of the use case that we have where healing agent could be very helpful. The first one, as you already know, is handling dynamic selectors. So we have got a situation where we have a UI automation where the selectors break due to some changes in the attributes only. So it is not like that the complete UI change, but there was some change in the selector that we have captured during while building our automation. So that was the first challenge. And what your healing agent did was it detects that selector change. It identifies that, okay, this was a selector and this is a change, and based on that, it generates dynamically new selector, validates it, because validation is the first thing that obviously healing agent would need to check. So it validates that, and then it re-executes the activity to see if that thing is working or not. So first use case is where your static selector breaks because of some kind of a attribute issue. The second use case could be more advanced, where you have selected some anchor position, but the anchor got changed because of some UI layout. So UI layout may shift due to responsive design. So now we have anchor still available on the page, but the position got changed. So again, your healing agent here recognize the anchor even when their position shift in relation to the target, then adapts the automation in the real time, and then run your automation from there. So that was a second use case where you have got flexible anchor position. The third one, as most of you have commented in the chat box as well, abstracting UI elements. So you must have seen all these pop-ups and all. So healing agents actually can sense that, can detect that, okay, there's a new pop-up which was not planned, which is not there in your automation, but now it knows, okay, I just go there and close that pop-up. So it just validate that and re-execute the activities. As simple as that. The fourth one here could be the fourth point, which was network delays. So here healing agent knows that application is loading slowly and the target element is not ready. So it just adds, you can say, some time to that. It just wait for that element to appear. So once the target element is ready, and it again validates that and re-execute the activity. So this is the fourth case where the healing agent is very useful. The last one here is your environment issue. So we know that, uh, or this could be a different one, where we have one element which is there on the page, and that element text got changed. So let's suppose if you have got a submit button, but the UI got changed, and from submit the name got changed to confirm. So it also analyzed those semantic changes as well, which was there on the screen, using some machine learning models, which is, you can say it is a kind of a AI which healing agents use. So it uses that, identifies that, okay, all other parts are same, but the text got changed. So it identifies that element, that okay, it has got rename and it has got the same semantic meaning. It updates the automation and then validates and re-executes the activity. So these are the few use cases where healing agent can be super useful. Now let's talk about the key differentiators for UiPath healing agents. How does it work? So as I've explained earlier, it using both AI plus heuristic strategies. So it combines AI plus heuristic strategy. So heuristic strategy means, so we refers to, we can say, a recovery logic. So it is not AI, but that is based on uh, rules or best practices gathered from real world automation. Let's take an example. If a selector fails because, as we have seen earlier, because of a minor attribute change or because of some semantic change, so the healing agent might use this heuristic to ignore your non-critical attributes like CSS class, or any other position element or index element, just to see if I change those, whether the element will still remain valid or not. So these strategies doesn't need AI. So these are more like your tried and tested method, and you can say it as a kind of a shortcut. So you must have seen that when any automation breaks, you go to a production environment, you just see that okay, this is the old selector, and if I select on that, this is my new selector. So maybe I just remove your class or label or any other parameter, just to see that okay, if the automation works in that situation or not. Similarly, your heuristic strategy would follow the same approach. But if for some reason it is not able to solve or resolve that conflict with heuristic strategies, then obviously it will go for AI, where we have got, you can say, computer vision, or it could be any ML model which UiPath is deployed to sense, okay, this is the change that I need to implement in order to run this automation successfully. The second one, you already know about that. It is a JIT analysis, just in time. So healing agent performs real-time analysis of UI during execution. So it captures obviously your data when you build your automation, plus your real-time analysis of the UI, and see okay where it got changed. So it actually offering you dynamic recovering strategies that adapt in your changing environment. Plus human in the loop support. So we have already got you covered. It can work with existing projects. So if you have got already automation that is running, so you can apply healing agent to that as well. No need to create a new project and migrate it there. It can work with your existing projects as well. There are few limitations which we'll see in the next slides, but yes, it can work with the existing projects. The last one, which is I guess is the most important thing here, is which is governable AI trust layer. So here governance enables your org admin or your tenant admin to configure healing agent options either at the org level or maybe at the tenant level. For tenant level I'm not sure, but yeah, for org level it is there. So additionally, the AI trust layer in UiPath also organize your organizations to define the level of control they want to grant AI in terms of recovery process. So your admin has got full control at the org level. Now I have applied UiPath Healing Agent to my project. What are the benefits? Obviously, the first benefit here could be increased reliability because automation can actually recover from errors on their own. So that is making your automation more reliable. Plus, you have got reduced downtime because there is no more errors. Automation healing can solve most of your errors. So you have got less downtime here, which actually led to lower maintenance because you have got automation healing in place. Then you will get a better user experience. Plus, there will be fewer manual intervention, which actually leads to higher productivity. So these are the business benefits that you will get from healing agents. Now let's talk about the limitations of UiPath healing agent. So the first limitation here is it only supports for now Windows and cross-platform. Legacy here is not supported at all. Plus, classic UI automation activities are also not supported. I'm not sure about the version. I guess it is modern. Plus, there's some version. I guess 25.10.2 or 24.10.2. Maybe you can just refer to the UiPath documentations to see what is the minimum package version that you need to be there in your project to run UiPath healing agents. Then obviously there's a limitation with Citrix, your RDP and VMware. It doesn't detect that. There are some still issues with that. CV only selector. So if you're only using CV only selectors, so that are not recoverable at all. So this is another limitation of healing agent. And the last one is if you are using uh, your automation or you're running your automation on serverless robots. I'm talking about UA automation or serverless robots. So on those machines, the healing agent won't be able to identify any alerts and prompts. So you have to handle those things manually. So with this, I'll hand this over to Sapna, who will just showcase us a live demo of the healing agent. Over to you, Sapna. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manoj. Hi, everyone. Good evening. So today I'm going to demonstrate the healing agent where we will see how the healing agent is going to fix the broken selectors for us. As we already discussed, like broken selectors could be of anything. Like it can be a change in a UI element. It can be a pop-up window which is causing the issue, right? So basically in the live demo, we will see one faulty selector, which we can take it as the example of change in an UI element, and we will see how the healing agent will heal that particular issue. Okay, so before we start, meanwhile during the demo, if you have any questions, please feel free to write into the chat and we will be covering it after the demo. Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Hardeep.
Okay. So instead of directly jumping into the healing agent, I think firstly we should discuss what is the current process, what is the issue with that, and how can we enable the healing agent, right? To fix our selector issues. So in the current process, I have taken the example of Acme login. So our process is going to log in into the Acme website. So this is the Acme page. Correspondingly, I have designed the process for that a very few. I kept very few but the meaningful steps so that everyone should be able to understand it. So to log in into the Acme website, I kept the use application browser, then the type into for email and password, and the click activity, and one more activity, that is the check app state, just to verify whether the login is happened or not. So only these activities I'm keeping, and I have already published this process into the orchestrator to save our time. So let's first run it, and then we will see what is the issue with that, and then we will be enabling the healing agent, right? So let me just start it. Okay. Okay, so it is trying to click on the login button. And we could see it couldn't click on the login button, right? So that's why like here it will be taking around 30 seconds, which is the default timeout in case of any selector issues. And then we will go through with the logs. Okay, so job has been completed and we could see like it went into the faulted state. Let me just open the logs. And we could see like there is some issue with the click login activity, but we could see the login button was already there. That means like there is some attribute which got changed, right? We can take it as the example of attribute changing or changing in a UI element. So now we want our healing agent to fix this issue, right? So to enable the healing agents, we have some prerequisite. Firstly, the robot version should be 2024.10.x. Secondly, the UI automation package version should be 25.10.2 or later. Okay, so that was the prerequisite. And then we need to enable the healing agent at the level of activities and in the orchestrator. So how can we enable it at the level of activity? So there are two properties for the healing agents which we can see in the properties panel. One is the healing agent mode. So if you could see the healing agent mode, there are three options. So let's discuss one by one. One is the inherit job settings. Inherit job settings is nothing but like when we will be starting a job from the orchestrator, so whatever the instructions we have given, it is going to inherit that one. For the healing agent, we will see it. Okay, disabled, suppose from the orchestrator we have enabled the healing agent, but for this particular activity we do not want our healing agent to perform the fix, right? So in that case we can disable it. And the third one is the recommendations only. Like we have this option in healing agent, like if we do not want to perform the self healing, in that case we can use the recommendations only. So in that case bot is not going to fix that immediately. Instead of that, it is going to provide the recommendations or the suggestions to us, like what was the causes of the failure, and the debug file as well we will see. And the second option which needs to be enabled, it as the verify execution. So if you could see, verify execution property is enabled. So like this verification as execution property is nothing but like with the help of verification execution property, we are unable to identify whether the particular task performed by the activity is successful or not. So if you guys have not tried it yet, please try it. It is going to help you a lot in your UI automation. And for each activity inside the use application browser, we need to select the healing agent mode. So there are one more additional option that is same as app browser. So if we want to use the same property which we used in the top level use application browser, that we can select it. Otherwise, we can select out of these options. So the same thing I have done for each and every activity. Okay, so now we can see like all the activities, all the features of the activities are enabled, right, for the healing agent, but still it didn't work. Why? Because we need to enable it from the orchestrator as well. How can we enable this? So while starting a job, so this is my process. This is the same process which was getting faulted. So for this one, like while starting a job, we will be having this option enable healing agent. So suppose you are using the enable healing agent, so it is going to provide you the recommendations or the suggestions, like this was the issue, like this was the selector issue, this can be fixed like that. And there is one more option, that is enable healing agent self healing. So if you are clicking on that, only then in the running job it is going to fix your selectors. Okay, so let me just start it and we will see how is it going to fix the selector for that faulted job. So let me just start it. Okay. So like we know that like there is some issue with the login button, right? So here it will be taking some time because firstly that issue will happen, then behind the scene healing agent will be trying the recovering methods to recover this particular selector. So let's wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, so it has clicked on login button and it is loading. Yeah, so we could see the same job which was getting faulted, which was unable to log in. Now it just logged in with the help of healing agent. So let me just go through with the logs. So if you could see the same job healing agent demo, this time it is successful, right? So let me just open the logs. Okay, so we could see healing agent configuration was enabled. That is coming from the activity level. And then we could see like there was the issue with login button as we already aware. Then it has started the recovery and analysis. And as Manoj explained, like behind the scene, it tried with different methods to recover that particular selector. So in that case, it has tried with recovered alternative target, and with the by retrying the execution with the new target, it was able to recover that particular selector for us. So what it has in actual, what exactly it has done or what the level of changes it has done in the selectors, that we could see in the healing agent tab. So like it is not just only providing you the just a second, it is loading. So the thing is that like here, if you could see in the selector level changes, it has made these changes. Like previously the type was submit, like the double T was there, that means there was the issue with the selector. It there was a some wrong type was selected, and then it
दूसरे
uh,
चेकबॉक्स को रिफ्लेक्ट कर देगा, चेंज कर मार देगा.
uh, is there any question? Otherwise, I would request everyone to please go on mute. Okay, so it has tried with this selector and it worked. And what else it has provided? It has provided the screenshots as well. Like this screenshot is going to be help us. Like if suppose there is a pop-up window which is causing the issue. So with the help of these screenshots before and after, we would be able to see whether it has closed the pop-up or not and what was the pop-up. And apart from that, it is even going to provide you the debug file, which will be containing the correct selectors for that particular activity. So I am just going to download this debug file and then we will use it in our studio. Meanwhile, let me just log out this. Okay, so we could see the debug file has been downloaded. How can we use it? So if you will see in the in the left side where the property it is, there is one more tab for the autopilot. So here it is going to provide you the option to import the debug file. So now I am going to import it. So this is the downloaded file. Let me just open it. Okay. So here it is now even highlighting the click login, and it is going to mention this one as well, like this was the change which we need to do. Either way is manually we can change this in the selector, or we can click on the apply button. So currently I am clicking on the apply button. Okay. So here, like, it is going to highlight the login button again because that was causing the issue. And once I will be clicking on the confirm button, my selectors will be the updated one. So let me just open the selectors. Yeah. So that's how now this time it is validated. So that's how we can use the healing agent, and we can enable the healing agent, and the provided debug file, we can use it in our studio to for a permanent fix as well. So that's all from my side. Now, Deepak, over to you.
Thank you, Sapna. Okay, so we have few questions. Meanwhile, Manoj is answering them, but we'll also discuss them in depth in the detail at the end also. And just to cover a few points that I have got from the chat, like as of now, the things are still changing as how much unit, like what kind of unit it does consume. Because if you be in a community edition, for you it can have either heal units or it can have agentic units too in some areas in community versions. So these are still changing, but that I'm sure like it every fix you do, like let's just say that we have a click selector, just like the login button Sapna showed, there was one selector that was faulty. So to fix that, to analyze that, and to make it run on the go, it says it is one unit.
Yeah, and just
Documentation
one
required.
add-on on this, just one add-on on this. Like currently in the community version, we have 10 heals per day. So you can try it out in the community version.
And just to answer your question, Sahil, the documentation is changing. The units are changing as you are aware, like agentic for the agentic to the how the unit consumption is gonna be is still changing because it's still new how the enterprise is gonna make things work. So they are still changing it. So as far as I last discussed with UiPath team, it was 1 units, 1 unit per fix. Got it. Okay, so I'll share my screen. I have one more demo to show you guys. Uh, there it is. You see my screen, guys?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes. So mainly basic idea what we wanted to show you, Sapna has already covered, but I wanted to show you a simple example. Let's just say that we are on Amazon, and if I wanted to make a search here, like I want to buy a GoPro, so I wanted to search for that. I have a bot ready for that, but let's just say that at the point of that there is a pop-up in this, and till that time this is enabled, I'm not able to type it. So I'm gonna just run the bot with healing agent and show you guys how this pop-up is being closed because it doesn't have any kind of data or it is not saving anything kind of thing, that how it will close the pop-up. So let me just run a job and show you guys. Start this job and I'll open this. We'll see. You'll see the pop-up. Sorry, it's taking enough on sweet time to run. Yeah, but it has typed. You saw in the start, it the pop-up was there, it clicked on the cross button, then it go to the search tab and type GoTo. So these kind of pop-ups. So the pop-ups also have a kind of thing. So let's just say that the pop-up which you have is related to the application that you are working. Then at that point, it will close it because other than that, it will not allow you to save anything else. But if that pop-up on the screen is from a different application, but it will not impact your work that you are doing on that application, for that kind of thing, it will not close it. It will just minimize that pop-up. It will not close that because there can be scenario where you are working on a system and there are two applications running. On one, the automation is running on one application and you are working on another application. The pop-up is for different other application. So it will solve that issue for you. And I also wanted to show you few examples of how healing agent capability has helped. So if you'll notice in this case, I was using the UI Bank app for something testing, and I noticed like the page was not able to load correctly. So it has shown me like increase activity timeout. So if your activity is not able to load, because by default the 30-second timeout we have in UiPath activities, if it is not able to get that through that time, and it checks if that page is being loaded or not, if it is taking time, so it waits for that, it increase your activity timeout on the go and solve your issue. And also I would show you few more issues that I have seen it solved. Update the target property. So also in this part, there was a issue in the button. So the sign in button was changed to submit. So one more pretty good example I got, like let's just say that we are on Amazon again. Let me just go to Amazon. And let's just say we are in any kind of category here. We want to buy this. So in this category, let's just say that there is a button down there which through which you can claim something like a voucher code, you want to apply some coupon if you want to do that. But earlier it was claim, now it has renamed it and named it as apply voucher. So that kind of text change, but the meaning of that is same. You are applying the voucher code on the typing the voucher code on the left and clicking the button on the left. So that kind of word change, it also makes a pattern of that. Like it tried to find like if that word is still doing the same thing that the previous word was doing. If it is same, it is matching, and the work is similarly doing happening in the process. So it will work on that scenarios as well. It can be a big scenario if some words are changing, like selectors are changing, button is going from right to left, and that kind of thing it is able to handle. But even if the word is changing inside it, let's just say that login is now changed to sign in, so that kind of scenario it can also handle that. This is another example. And I would say basically, uh, when you are running any process in unattended mode and any kind of UI selector is changing in your process, it will be able to help you out. It will be able to save a lot of time. So now when we are talking about saving time, the business people also wanted to see how much time we are actually saving and how much things we have done, how much time we have saved through healing agent, and how many actual scenarios were there which had failed. So these all kind of data is also required to make them know like how is it helpful. So UiPath has also lot in like provide us inside dashboard of it. I will show you how we can use that and what kind of data it provides. So if you'll go to insights in UiPath template, you will notice there is a healing agent template in this. So by default, you can just use this template and it will provide you whole lot of information on what all the things that have been happening with your healing agent, how many resolutions it has provided, how many self-healing types it has done, if it is a timeout issue, if it is a selector change, if it is a screen change, if you are another screen at that time, how many kind of things you have done, how many, what are the top 10 processes where the process has tried self-healing. I have a screenshot of that. Let me show you the detailed description of this. Where is it? Can you see the presentation? It's loading. Just a sec. Can you see it? Yes, no? Anybody?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So as you will see, it provides a whole lot of information for the business users to see how the healing agent is helping you, how much time it has saved automation time 101.32 hours. It's a whole lot of saving. Otherwise, this could have been gone to as a support ticket. Then the people would have made changes in that, made done testing, and then again moved to production. But it didn't fall on the go. It submit for you at that time, but it told you also like at this point it has failed and how can you just fix it. It just also provides you a file, the debug file that Sapna showed. Like you can just directly take that file, go to your code, and directly upload that file, and it can help you resolve all those selectors issue that you have, and a whole lot of information for you to see as the to show as a business like how much time we are saying, because at the end of the day the target is to save money through automation. So how we are doing that through healing agent is the main thing here. This is thing. And one more thing, we have like Manoj has also released a blog on healing agent. If you are interested in that, I'll just share the link of that in the chat. So give that blog a read. If you have any issues after that, to just talk to us and we'll be able to help you out. And that is it. If you have any other questions, anything to ask to us, please feel free to ask right now. Anybody? Any questions? You can just unmute it and ask if you like. Okay, let me see if there is something in chat.
Yeah, there are so many questions in the chat. Maybe guys, you can now unmute and ask these questions.
Yeah.
Hi, Deepak. I have a question for you.
Yes.
We have a processing studio and we have published that into the orchestrator. And let's say we haven't enabled the properties on an activity basis like that verify execution or healing agent mode. And we are going to run the process from the orchestrator by turning on the healing agent from there itself. And does that going to make any impact on the process?
If your activity version, UI automation package version is that which Sapna showed, then it will not make not be an issue. It will be able to directly overpass that whatever it is in the studio if you just enable it. So if the version is correct, it will work.
Okay, one more question. So this is not going to affect even if you don't configure that in the studio level.
Yeah.
If the version satisfies the level.
Yeah, if the version satisfies, it will, you not need to do that, but it is required in some activities. Let's just say that click button. If that is an important button, you don't want to leave it for a healing agent. For that kind of reason, if you want to just disable it for certain activities, then you can use it. Otherwise, you can skip it.
Thank you so much. Got it.
Thank you. Any other questions? Or should I just go to the chat? It automatically solve selector. Is it an AI or agent unit? Okay. So if you can see agent unit in your admin panel, it will be agent units. Because for community, it's still some places it is agent unit, otherwise it is heal units. So if you can see agent units, assign agent units. Can you give the live demo video, please? This video will be published on YouTube by tomorrow. This time, this will be on YouTube. You can just refer this video whenever you want. Do this healing agent can also fix the issue which generally occur as unable to bring screen in foreground? Yes, it does that. I have tried it. I was testing this for the demo, and meanwhile I was working on some other pages, and in the selector, it brings my screen to the foreground where the selector has to work. And in the healing agent, it showed me like the screen was not in the foreground. So yes, Shivam, it can be solved.
Okay, thank you, Deepak.
Yep. Sahil, yes, regarding limits for self-healing. Sahil, what was your question? This regarding limits.
Hi. So my question was, if suppose a particular bot is running unattended at the night, like a
Right.
scheduled run, and this pretty much will keep consuming for every action. Let's say it's a high volume process with like 1,000 transactions. So if a
Right.
selector is failing for every fix, it will consume that, right? But
Yes.
there can be a situation if it is unmonitored, it can quickly consume my balance of this self-healing. So
Right.
is there some way to put a limit on it so that let's say I want maybe 50% of the transaction should
Right.
not fail, but I'm okay 50% fail. So is there some option to set such limits during runtime? That's my question.
Yes, you can do that. So whenever you are assigning the units to any process to run, you can just assign it limited amount of unit to be consumed, not the whole amount. So whenever you go to the admin part and you see the agentic units and you are assigning it to the robot account to run, you can just assign it as much as you want. You can just give it 10 so that it will
Robot
just consume
account
10
or per job, like for specific process.
For account, I
at a
think,
process
not
level,
I
no,
don't
I
think
want
at a
it at a
process
process
level.
level.
I don't
Not
think for
possible at
now
the
at a
moment.
process level it is possible.
Okay, thank you.
I mentioned to automatically click on the pop-up it of some application. Go ahead. How reliable is it? So as far as I have used it, I've used it in some SAP automations. So it was pretty much reliable. I haven't faced any issues as of now where it was not able to handle the pop-ups. So I used to answer your question, it was pretty much reliable. And how will it decide if it has to click yes or cancel on such pop-up? So it I it reads that, it analyzes that pop-up, but it is saying major pop-ups, like if it has to make a decision in that, if you are saving something and kind of decision making in that, I don't think it will do that. But kind of things like the page is unresponsive, it has to wait for some time. So that kind of thing it can easily handle, but decision making it can't. Can you show how enable AI consumption unit from enterprise account? Sorry, so currently for the demo purpose, I'm not using the enterprise account, but you can connect with me anytime after this and we can just do it personally and show you how we can do that. Any other questions? I think I've gone through the chat questions.
So Deepak, are we having an option to put a timeout on this healing agent as we
No.
are having for all your activities? So there is no timeout.
Uh, yeah. So by default, how it works is like, let's just say that there is a click activity, and by default time in UiPath activity is 30 seconds. So it
Hmm.
takes 30 seconds. Firstly, that it gives that 30 seconds to that particular activity to do the work. But if it doesn't do that, then it comes to the healing agent part and it tries to make sense of it. Usually the time that I have observed is like 30 to 40 seconds to fix it and run it. But it based on the selector also, like it can be a selector approach, like Manoj mentioned in the start, the two approaches it takes. So it can depend on the approach as well, but 30 to 40 second, max 50 second is the max time that I have seen.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah, that's a maximum because first is try with this heuristic approach just to see, okay, if I don't want to use AI methods here using computer vision and all, just to see, okay, if I can just fix the selectors using best practices. If the heuristic model doesn't fix that issue, then it will go for AI, which can take time for the
Okay.
self-healing.
Great. I think we are done with all the questions. So again,
Deepak, one more
yeah,
question.
please.
Yeah, let me ask you about a scenario where we are downloading a file for 1,000
Mhm.
different transactions. Let's say the download button selector is showing some issues. So if we are enabling the healing agent for this, will it be fixing the download button selector for the first download itself by consuming one healing agent unit? Or is it going to be consuming 1,000 units for all the independent transactions?
It will be 1,000 because it doesn't have any kind of memory, or and it is not making any change in your code. So the code is still the same. So it will fail at that selector download button every time and will resolve it and consume a unit.
Okay,
Look,
got it.
Sharif,
Thank you.
it will also notify you that, okay, there's a thing that they have fixed, and now you just need to go there and apply that fix. So it will
Right.
just act as an agent for you, which does the task and provide you some time or so, provide you some bandwidth to fix those issues.
Okay. So Manoj, in such cases, I can set the limits and I can fix in the meantime and deploy another package.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Great. I think all the questions are done. So
Yeah,
if there are still any questions, you can just reach out to us on LinkedIn, and please read Manoj blogs on Healing Agent. It's really helpful. And on the screen also, we have the, if you have joined late, so you can just join our WhatsApp group. We have the UiPath community WhatsApp group, and if you wanted to discuss, if you have any issues regarding when you are developing something, so you can just ping in that group and people will be able to help you out. And also the join the UiPath community channel. So we will be having more sessions in the future. So if you are member of that community, you will be notified in the start. So it will be beneficial for you to join. So thank you everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.